Yo, what is good, YouTube? It is your boy Make America Lit, back with another NBA 2K 23 video. And in today's video, I'm bringing you guys episode number 2 of our budget badge layout series on the channel. Our budget badge layout series is basically a new series that I started on this channel where I give you guys the best budget layouts for certain builds, specifically certain play styles and stuff like that. In today's episode, I'm going to be giving you guys the best budget layouts for defense. So I got two builds here. This first build is going to be our perimeter layout for defense, and then I'm going to have a second build which I'm going to give you guys a budget layout for paint defense. So let's just jump into this. Unfortunately, we gotta run through the build really quickly, but I'm going to let you guys see right here. This is what the defense looks like on this build. For this budget build, we're going to be working with 12 defensive badge points on here, and you'll see right there on the side, these are the badges that we will have available for this build. And then these are the attributes: an 80 perimeter defense, a 78 steal with a 65 defensive rebound. I feel like that's a nice or average defensive type of build and stuff like that. We aren't going to have high levels of challenger and clamps and stuff like that. We're not going to have a high level of glove and all of those other badges that are badges that people really shoot for. But even then, on an offensive orientated build, we can still make some shit shake with just 12 defensive badges. So I'm going to let you guys see that. Let's finish up this build really quickly, because unfortunately we can't just go into the build tester without editing the build, unfortunately. So bear with me as I get to the build tester really quickly, and then we're going to max this out because we want to make sure that we have all of our badges available to us. You don't want to test this at 87 and not have the perimeter needed to unlock a certain badge and stuff like that. So we're going to go all the way up to 99, and then we're going to come over here to defense. Now, the first badge that I'm going to be putting on, and the only gold badge that I will be putting on, is menace. Now, ordinarily, I would also run off-ball pests on a build like this with low defense, but because we have other badges available, like interceptor and glove, I'm not going to be running off-ball pest. But on a lower rated build with no glove or no interceptor, off-ball pest is really underrated. So I want you guys to keep an eye out for this badge, specifically off-ball pest gold. I've ran off-ball pest on bronze and silver, and I didn't really notice much of a difference, but off-ball pest gold is ridiculous at getting jersey grabs and bumping the player on cuts and stuff like that. Really stop those dudes who just want to do backdoor cuts and want to rim run and stuff like that, or whatever, for those alley-oop animations and stuff like that that try to cheese you and wreck. Off-ball pest on gold is going to stop all of that, just so you guys know. But the first badge we're going to be running with is menace, and menace is going to be the basis for this badge, for this build, this build layout. Because we don't have high levels of badges like clamps and glove and interceptor and challenger and stuff like that, we are going to be relying on what menace does, which is going to drop their attributes down. And because we're running gold menace, that means we're going to be dropping their attributes down by 3 points. So if you're going up against somebody with let's say an 85 ball handle for gold unpluckable, that 85 ball handle now becomes an 82 ball handle. You add in a badge like glove, now you've just lowered, increase your chances. You lowered their chances of protecting the ball and increase your chances of getting a pluck and stuff like that. So you want any advantage you can get. You're already on a low rated defensive build, but menace is going to help even those odds, because now you're dropping their ball handle to an 82. You're dropping their, layup by 3 points. You're dropping their shooting by 3 points and stuff like that. So if they got an 83 ball down, they're now looking at a 77 3 ball. That off dribble 3 or that fadeaway 3 may not drop like it would if it was an 80, you know what I'm saying, or an 83 versus an 80. So please keep that in mind when you're running these badges like this. So we're going to be going with gold menace. Then I'm going to be going with silver workhorse. And silver workhorse is going to pair up with that next badge that I'm running, which I'm going to be running bronze interceptor. Now, I hear plenty of people in the comment section trying to say that, bronze and silver interceptor don't work. It does work. usually when you run bronze or silver interceptor, you get poke ball animations, like, you know, you tip the ball, you tip the pass out of bounds and stuff, but you can't grab it, right? And that's the reason why people say it doesn't work. They don't get to snatch the pass out of the air. They don't get to actually intercept the pass, so they say it doesn't work. But here's the problem. You're running bronze or silver interceptor, but odds are you're not running a high level of workhorse. Workhorse is going to speed up your ability to grab that loose ball when you tip it. So a lot of those tip passes that go out of bounds, you end up snatching out of the air. So I've learned that you don't even really need to waste 7 points on Hall of Fame interceptor when you can put 2 points into or 3 points into silver interceptor, and then like 2 or 3 points into silver or gold workhorse, and then for 5 total points you can snatch passes out the air versus wasting 7 points alone on interceptor. Now if you really want to be disgusting, you can just run a Hall of Fame interceptor with like Hall of Fame workhorse and really be an asshole, you know what I'm saying? But that's not necessary, you know. If you want to save, you know, your badge points and put this into other things, you can rock bronze interceptor with silver workhorse. And then moving on, we're also going to be rocking bronze glove, you know, obviously to get those reaches and stuff like that. And then, of course, we're going to be throwing on bronze clamps that help us stay in front of our man, get those bump and cut off animations and stuff like that. And then finally, last but not least, I'm going to be going with pick dodger. Now, challenger is a really good badge as well, too, to get those contest percentages and stuff like that up on shooters. But I realized that, you know, challenger is really good, don't get me wrong, but if you are a good defensive player and you know how to position yourself and you know how to get out there and contest, and you're always playing right stick up on contest shots, you don't really need challenger. It's a nice bonus badge to have on lockdown builds to make people you know, miss. It's a badge that, you know, if you're running on gold or Hall of Fame, you can make shooters life hell, you know, with contest percentages, but it's not really a badge that you need. So I'm gonna go with pick dodger over that, because I know people like to spam screens and stuff like that in rec. So there you have it. That is my budget layout for perimeter builds and stuff like that. So, you know, for your point guards, your 2 guards, and even your small forwards. Now your small forwards, you might want to try to mix up, like, you know, some anchor, or, you know, you might want to mix in like a rebound chaser, or maybe even a chase down artist. But this is more so for like the point guards, shooting guards, and then like the small forwards who aren't really looking to play the paint. These are just basically you're on the perimeter with a build that's more offense orientated. This is what I would run with, you know what I'm saying? Now if I didn't have glove and interceptor, because there are some builds out there who don't put their steal up and they instead put, you know, all of their points into like perimeter, or put in it elsewhere, or they just put up perimeter, they got like a 70 perimeter and nothing else, I would remove interceptor completely, and those 2 points I will put into like off ball pass, honestly, because I'm telling you guys, off ball pass on gold is really underrated. If you have a really good defensive build, or even kind of mid defensive build, you know, and you can get off ball pass for like 3 to 4 points, trust me when I tell you that this badge is going to help you out. It is super underrated this year, you know, especially with the game being much slower paced and stuff like that. You're gonna have a lot more chances of grabbing people and bumping them and stuff like that, and, you know, they're not going to be as zippy and zappy and as fast as in 2K22. You're going to really get more grab animations and bump animations with this badge. So there you have it. This is what I would do if I didn't have steel on this build, but with steel, we're going with bronze glove and bronze interceptor. So there you have it. That is our badge layout. Moving on, we're going to move on to our big man build. So this is going to be our budget layout for paint defense. Now I'm going to stop really briefly right here and show you guys what we're going to be working with. We're looking at an 80 interior defense, an 85 block, and an 85 defensive rebound. So 15 total badge points for this budget build, which I feel is, you know, a nice budget, you know, for, you know, lower rated defensive players. If you're playing center in this game, you're going to definitely want more than 15 defensive badge points. But for, you know, those builds that are like stretch bigs or inside bigs or playmaking type bigs, they're not going to have a lot of defensive badge points. This is going to be for you guys with lower rated defense. So first things first, we're not going to be running any gold badges on this build. Like our first build, this build we're going to be strictly sticking to silver and bronze badges. So first things first, we're going to be grabbing our silver rebound chaser, because most likely the builds that you're going against, if you're going against true center builds, they're going to have a minimum of gold rebound chaser. You're not going to really see true centers running pretty much anything underneath gold rebound chaser in most cases. You might see a couple of 7'3", 7'2" bigs that, you know they got the height and size advantage over you. They'll run silver or something like that. But most bigs that are like 7 feet and under, they're going to be running gold or Hall of Fame rebound chasers. So we're going to want to max out our rebound chaser for our best chance at getting rebounds, as well as pogo stick, which is going to help us with jumping for those rebounds and even blocks as well too. That's one of the things that they changed about pogo stick. Pogo stick before only really helped with contests, but as you can see by the description, this could be after a rebound, a block attempt, or even jump shots. And it's going to help you when you're tipping the ball to yourself, trying to battle for rebounds. And you're going to be able to jump again faster when you're trying to tip the rebound back to you or to your team. That's going to help you in those animation situations as well too. So you definitely want to have pogo stick on. Then next we're going with post lockdown, and that's going to be more so depending on what type of big you are, if you're on the taller side or the smaller side, if you have strength or not on your build. But more importantly, it's going to help you with dudes who are trying to shimmy on you, who is trying to drop step on you and stuff like that. You're going to be able to strip them. That's why when you see guys try to do a drop step and they do the spin animation and you see them lose the ball and go out of bounds and stuff like that off them, that's usually post lockdown work, and you're able to strip the ball without even really doing anything. You don't even have to reach, and they will just straight up lose the ball because you have a high level of post lockdown. So that's why I always try to stick at least bronze or silver post lockdown on my big man builds, mostly because most dudes aren't really good at post offense and they just stick to drop steps or trying to post spin cheese you. Post lockdown is going to stop all of that post spin, drop step, cheese nonsense or whatever. And then our next badge and our final silver badge is going to be workhorse. And like I said, on the perimeter budget layout, you know, workhorse is going to help with speeding up your ability to get those loose balls and stuff like that. When you tip the ball out or when you jump early, which, you know, it's always happened to at least some of us. You think you're going to grab the rebound, you jump, the rebound goes a little further out, and now you have to run to grab that ball or that loose rebound. Workhorse is going to kick in with silver. Most centers aren't really running workhorse. They're sticking to, you know, more inside type badges. Workhorse is more for perimeter badges or whatever. But workhorse is going to definitely benefit you for chasing down rebounds and stuff like that, which will be considered a loose ball as well. So you're going to get that speed up animation of workhorse paired with rebound chaser, which is going to help you track down rebounds from far as well too. So I think those two badges working in together, it's going to help you with getting those loose rebounds and stuff like that. And then finally, our last three badges, which will be bronze badges. Obviously, we're going to be running with bronze brick wall because it's one of the strongest defensive badges in the game. It's what I call a 3-for-1. As you read the description, it increases the effectiveness of screens. It's tough to back down in the post, and it drains energy from opponents on physical contact. So basically, it's brick wall, it's bruiser, and it's moving truck in one badge. So you definitely going to want to take this. As well as being a big, you're going to be setting screens and stuff like that. So you want to have brick wall anyway. Moving on. Box out beast on bronze works really well. I have a center with like an 80 strength, and I only run bronze box out beast with Hall of Fame rebound chaser, and bronze seems to be extremely effective this year with just an 80 strength. So I imagine if you have a build with 80 or better strength, bronze box out beast is going to be more than enough for you to, you know, box people out and get boards and stuff like that. Even with a silver rebound chaser, you're still going to be able to, you know, box people out as long as you have decent strength on this build. And then moving on, our final bronze badge is going to be anchor, and that's going to be, you know, our main line of defense at protecting the rim. Obviously, the higher level that you can get anchor, the better. But bronze is going to be better than nothing in this case, so you're definitely going to want to slap on at least a bronze anchor to help you with anchoring the paint and protecting the rim. So there you have it. That is our budget layout for paint defense. I hope that this video helped you guys, and setting up your layouts, especially for you guys who aren't, running builds that are like defensive heavy. More so, this build is for, this video, is for people who made offensive minded builds, 3-level scorers and stuff of that nature, stretch 5, stretch 4s, who are offensive heavy builds, but they don't have like, a lot of defense. These layouts is going to help you, excel at playing good defense and stuff like that, and not getting scored on. With this layout, I promise you, obviously, you're still going to get beat because you're playing on a build with poor defense or not that good defense. But I promise you, if you run these layouts, you're going to have more of a chance of stopping your matchup and stuff like that. You're going to make it a lot harder on them to beat you. It's been your boy, Make America Lit. Please be sure to drop a like on this video. The ratings and stuff like that help the channel to grow. Don't forget to subscribe for more NBA 2K23 content, badge breakdowns, and stuff like that. I'm out, guys. Peace.